Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to take a look at the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2S, which is right here in front of me. Now, this is going to be more through the lens of a long-term review. I'm going to go over the price and some very basic specs, as well as what I like about the phone and what I didn't like about the phone, just basically to give you an idea of what it's been like living with it. I use this phone every single day. It's been my only phone for the past 3 months, so this is what the phone is like. Diving right in. Price and specs, we'll get the boring stuff out of the way right off the top. Price ranges from $500 up to about $650, depending on where you buy it. The specs that change when you pay more money, basically, is you go from 6 gigs of RAM all the way up to 8, and 64 gigs of storage all the way up to 256. Now, the model I have in front of me is 6 gigs of RAM, 128 of storage. It was about $550 when I bought it. But the things that don't change on the phone is the Snapdragon 845 is in every variant, and the storage is UFS 2.1 spec. Now, if you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Just know that it means the storage is super fast. The fastest standard you can currently get on a smartphone as of recording this video. So, there's the boring stuff out of the way. What do I like about the phone? The back's up, which is probably kind of weird, but oh well. Ceramic back. First thing I want to talk about. Ceramic is awesome on a phone. I don't know why more manufacturers don't do this, guys. This is seriously the coolest thing ever as far as the back of a phone. Still prefer plastic just for practical reasons, but if you want it to look pretty and be functional, ceramic's the way to go. If you're kind of questioning why that is, ceramic doesn't scratch. It's like a 9 on most hardness scale. You need like a diamond pick to scratch it. This wedding ring I have, this is ceramic. I've had it for a little bit over a year. I play sand volleyball all the time. I've yet to scratch this ring. Ceramic is still brittle like glass. If you drop it, it's probably going to break. So that sucks, but it allows for wireless charging. It gives you that beautiful shiny look that's really popular nowadays, and you can't scratch it. So ceramic back on the phone is unique, and I love that about it. Now, flipping the phone over to the front, we've got an almost bezel-less design, and the screen just looks like a sticker. I mean, it's not AMOLED, it is IPS, but once you get past that, on paper, the screen looks like a sticker. It just looks phenomenal. I mean, I love the screen on this thing. But the bezels are awesome too. Almost bezel-less. You've just got that chin at the bottom. Now, the chin at the bottom I don't mind, and that's not a negative to me. And I'm about to show you why. Let me make sure I don't put anybody on blast opening up my texts here. But here's the thing. When you have a gesture-based UI, now you can turn that on or off by default on this phone. Turn it on or off if you want. Doesn't matter. It just know that it's there and it's an option. It seems like everybody's moving that direction, copying Apple a bit. But anyway, gesture-based UI. What happens is when you lose those buttons at the bottom, those soft buttons from Android, so that much space-ish, the keyboard gets pushed all the way to the bottom of the screen. That might not sound like a big deal, but when you actually are looking at this, if I didn't have that chin there, the spacebar would be at the bottom of my phone. Imagine trying to type and hit the spacebar at the very bottom of your phone. Especially with a lot of these bigger phones. It's just not going to be easy. It's going to be a huge pain in the butt, just no. So the chin at the bottom does serve a functional purpose. So I mean, I really don't mind having it there at all. Slight eyesore, sure, with a little bit of bezel, but the functionality you get out of it, I don't mind. All right, let's keep this moving. Battery life. Battery life on this thing has been great. Let me again make sure I don't put anybody on blast, pulling up my gallery. This is from the other day, and again, this is very recent. I mean, literally a couple days ago, so 3 months of usage on this battery. You can see there on the top, 52% left, 3 hours, 20 minutes of screen on time. Moving over, there's all the hardware usage. Now, I don't play many games on the phone. I do stream a lot, so that's a hit on me. And just so you guys know, this is a screenshot. Look at those buttons there at the bottom. Those are soft keys from one of my themes, and if I go home, they're gone. So it's a screenshot from the other day. I'm getting between 5 and 6 hours screen on time realistically. Now, I don't charge the phone overnight, so I charge it for about 60 to 90 minutes before I leave work because quick charge is awesome and charges the phone so fast. So I've got about 8 hours of standby from when I'm sleeping, about 24 total hours on the phone by the time that I charge it. We'll call it 22 total hours on the phone, and you're getting between 5 and 6 hours screen on time. That's solid. There's some flagships that I've used that I struggle to hit that, like the OnePlus 6. I was kind of struggling to hit that mark. It was more like 5 hours of screen on time instead of 6, but if that doesn't matter to you, then oh well. It's good enough for me. Now, the cameras. The camera on the back I like a lot. The front I hardly ever use. That's some of the things that I dislike. Camera on the back's awesome. If you guys haven't heard of DxOMark, it's a website that rates cameras and cameras on cell phones. It doesn't tell the whole story, obviously, but it can give you a general idea of where the phone is going to sit performance-wise with the camera. Now, this one is right around the S9 Plus in the iPhone 10. Doesn't do as well as the Huawei P20 Pro, but nothing does. So the camera on here is solid. It's going to take some great pictures. No worries there. Now, final thing that I really like about this phone is the UI. MiUI or MiUI, whatever you want to call it, is awesome. Very feature rich. And you might think that means slow, sluggish, heavy like Samsung or LG, but it doesn't. It's surprisingly lightweight. And the cool thing is we're going to jump into themes here. And normally you'd have a theme store page, but I've got airplane mode on for this video, so we just see my downloaded themes. You can go into a bunch of different themes here. You can select a theme just as a blanket to apply. Like for instance, if I wanted to apply an iOS theme there, I could just hop in and apply it. And just to give you guys an idea of what this would look like, I mean, all the icons look like iOS there. Dialer looks like iOS, everything like that. But if you only want bits and pieces of iOS, say you want the icons for that across your entire phone, not just the launcher, you can hop in here to customize theme and go in there and do just that. So all kinds of customization you can do. You can really make this phone your own, and I love that. I'm rocking a MiUI 10 theme. Right now 10's not out, but I'm rocking a theme anyway because someone put it out there, so hey, why not, you know? So I love the UI on this phone. I think it's the best UI that you can go with on any Android phone, but that's very subjective, so that's obviously just my opinion. What I don't like about this phone, this might seem kind of petty. I mentioned the front-facing camera. It's in the bottom of the phone, so the position of it's not great. I'll show you why that's not a huge deal for me or not a deal breaker. I don't take many pictures with the front-facing camera anyway, but when I do, if I need to, if I don't like it there on the bottom, I can just flip it upside down. The whole UI rotates for me, so like I said, really not a big deal for me at all. Next, no headphone jack, no IR blaster. Those might seem like weird things, but in a lot of these phones from China, they have both of those. This one doesn't. Minor complaint though, with fast charging, you know, I don't mind using that port for audio. The phone charges in an hour, so, and it has wireless charging, so I'm never going to be using that port for charging and audio in all likelihood. No IP rating. It's not waterproof. Again, minor complaint. And the last minor complaint, and this is going to be the one that sounds the most petty, the battery. The battery life is great, like I said, but the battery is 3,400 milliamp hours and non-removable. If it's not going to be removable, I think it should be at least 4,000 milliamp hours. Again, minor complaint. I just said the battery life is good, so yeah, I'm not too torn up about it. As far as everyday performance on this phone, though, to kind of tie this all together and wrap this up, very fluid, running like the day that I got it out of the box, which I know is kind of a cliche to say. Haven't had any compatibility issues. This is running a global ROM. I'm using it on AT&T. LTE speeds have been great. I don't have any problems with anything like that. So, phone overall has been awesome, guys. I would highly recommend you pick it up. And for $550, it's like, man, you know, the Note 9 is $1,000. You can get the same storage spec, the same amount of RAM, and the same processor for half the price. You could buy 2 of these, but oh well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Mi Mix 2S is an awesome phone. If you're considering picking up a new phone around that price range, you want the 845, this would definitely be a front runner for me. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down. Leave a comment below if you got more questions about it. I'll make sure that I answer those comments. Channel's small enough right now that's pretty easy for me to do, so I'll definitely keep the conversation going. And as always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.